everybody. My name's Adam Manning. I'm from a business organization called Fortress Farm. It's part of the worldwide BNI network, the world's largest business networking organization. I'm here today with my friend Dwight Mitchell. And Dwight runs a 3D printing company. Now, of course, 3D printing is a very exciting area. It's something that's still relatively unknown and unfamiliar to lots of us, and I certainly didn't know a lot about it before I met Dwight. Dwight's done some work for me, and Dwight is very keen to stress the commercial and industrial aspects of 3D printing. So really, Dwight, please do tell us all about it. What can you tell us?
Thank you very much, Adam. It's good to be here this morning. And yes, 3D printing is a very good industry and a very, very fast moving. Probably in the last 5 years, it's become more of a consumer market industry where in the past it hasn't been. So, you know, with the widespread 3D printing, most goods soon will start becoming designed and printed by on home computers and manufactured in their homes by consumers. And this will reduce the cost of the parts and the impact on the environment. I think everyone has this, you know, their finger on the pulse when it comes to the environment. So being able to produce stuff in a quick way and a more productive, less impacting way is good for the environment. Absolutely. Because it helps to reduce waste. It helps to reduce wasted time, but also it helps to reduce transportation of material to and fro from foundries to machinists and the machinists to the end user. So, you know, the price of 3D printers is starting to drop, so the price of 3D printed material is starting to drop. Sure. And this, and this will only get better, and 3D printing will become more widely used as this increases, with the cost of prints becoming cheaper, material becoming cheaper as supply and demand starts to increase. So what are the key benefits of 3D printing? Well, speed to market, getting stuff from design to a end product quicker, a design to a prototype quicker. There's design freedom, so people have the freedom to design their products according to into a bespoke fashion, even to brand your own product. Yeah. There's cost reduction, because if you think you're removing the raw material aspect or the raw material supplier and former out of the picture, additive manufacturing is brilliant, because instead of getting a massive lump of material and then subtracting as we traditionally do, yeah, additive manufacturing is only adding the material that is required for the specific project. So you don't have an excess of material, you don't have the amounts of waste. So reducing cost, reducing the amount of landfill, reducing wasted energy that is expended unnecessarily to produce parts that half the time you throw away. Because if you go look at, I mean, that's, you know, scrapping the amount of material that we do, scrapping, you know, it's incredible. And the thing is, it does make it cheaper and quicker. Where in this image here that I have over here, yep, is a classic example, because a customer came to me, he had stripped all the gears off. Instead of going to, if you wanted to manufacture that traditionally, remake that traditionally, you'd have to go to an injection molder, molding company, who would make a metal mold of it, which costs about $4,500. You'd probably only use it once, put it on your shelf, and never touch it again. Then injection mold these, you can injection mold them at about, well, 50p for that set of gears. We're coming to 3D printing. We can make the mold, make the design in a 3D model. Printer, I've not wasted any material, I've not wasted any time. I've got the model to reuse again and again and again. But to produce that the set and to create the 3D model cost the customer 50 quid instead of £5,000. So the saving in material is massive. It is just absolutely incredible how the saving aspect of it. So yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So thanks ever so much for that, Dwight. Now, what I've been interested to learn from you is the industrial side of things. You've done some work for me creating some figures, and I have to say I've been astonished by the detail that you've been able to produce with those. Absolutely wonderful. But with the industrial and so forth, what sort of materials can you use for 3D printing?
Well, again, it's yeah, it's wide, it's huge, but we can print from in copper, aluminium, merged steel, Inconel, bronze, sure. And there's a, I mean, gold, platinum, the amount of material that can be printed, and the usability. What we do on a as you mentioned, the industrial side, where we've tried to step in, or where we're trying to we've seen a gap in the market is car manufacturers and motorbike manufacturers, even boat and trailer manufacturers, caravan manufacturers will produce a specific model for 5 years. They'll produce spares for 5, maybe 10 years, and then those spares fall away.
Yeah.
When in the classic car market, or if you've got an older car and you want parts, the biggest issue with people are finding is they can't find the space, they can't find the manufacturers, and to remanufacture those parts is massively expensive.
Sure.
Creating the tooling, that's where the expense comes in. It's not actually producing the part.
Right.
I mean, I spoke to a customer yesterday, and this part here for a classic car, if you can see that. I'll just wait, let me remove my background. So this part here, is for a classic car. Costs him, it's a roof clip. Now that costs the customer, when he buys them now, costs him about 80 quid. But to get them set up, he had to get that cast and everything, cost him a couple of grand.
Right.
He's giving these to me now to come up with a price input, so I can then get those scanned in, get them remade, the model remade, and then printed. That then will cost him, without making the tooling, 80 quid. So you don't have to. I've saved somebody £5,000 because they don't have to do tooling.
Yeah.
And I can make him that part that I just showed you for 80 quid. So
that's amazing.
He's paying what he's paying now, but he's saved himself £5 grand.
I mean, that adds so much power to people, because they have their passion for classic cars. That means they're able to engage in that interest on a much more cost-effective basis as a result.
Absolutely. I mean, one of my first customers, he had an old vintage boat where the carburetor floats had completely perished.
Sure.
So either he'd have to go spend 10 grand on 2 new outboard motors. He came to me and said, "Can you remake that float for me?" I made remade the float for him, redrew it, cost him 150 quid, but I saved him 10 grand. You think, or however much those outboard motors, I mean, they could be 5 grand, or however but that's it, completely saved him. He paid 150 quid. Well, you think, well, okay, that's expensive for a tiny little float. But if you think about how much I saved him in the end run.
Yes,
so
absolutely amazing. So, I mean, it's fascinating stuff. It really is a fascinating industry to be involved in. And I had no idea that the use of metals was so widespread in 3D printing. So that's something that I'm learning today. So are there any particular companies, Dwight, that you'd be interested in contacting?
My main focus is on classic cars, classic bikes, caravan, and boat restoration. Sorry,
no problem.
And boat restoration. So there are a couple of people that I would like to be introduced to. I just had them here. So there's classic car restoration in the New Forest. There's Spitfire Garage. These are all in the New Forest. Or Pit Lawn Classic Car Restoration.
Pit Lawn Classic Car.
Sorry?
Was that Pit Lawn classic car?
Yes, yes. So there's a couple of and I'm not focusing purely on. I mean, that is my target market,
Sure.
but I'm open to do bespoke 3D printing as I have for yourself, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm
Delighted
very
with the
happy.
results.
Yes, so I'm very happy to do bespoke 3D printing. This week or last week, I was able to sign 3 NDAs to produce prototypes for engineering companies. So I'm very, very happy with that. And that's the type of work I would be very, very happy to do, yes.
Fantastic stuff. Brilliant. Well, I've learned so much speaking to you, Dwight. The world of 3D printing is fascinating, and it really is shaking things up because it's putting a lot of power into people's hands in what they can produce without all the expense and the infrastructure necessarily that they had to use before. So thanks ever so much, Dwight, for speaking to me today. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you need more information, if you want to talk to Dwight, please do get in touch with him. What's the best way to get in touch, Dwight?
On my mobile number, which is 07876131539, or my emails, dwight@mitchellson.co.uk.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much. Well, great to see you, Dwight, and thanks ever so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Adam. It's good to talk to you.
You too.